Embark on a perilous journey as you seek to become the most successful merchant on your trek to Dragon City in Almanac the Dragon Road.
Hello and welcome to Tantrum House Studio 3. I'm Ryan Pills.
And I'm Journeyman Dan, and today we're going to do a review of Almanac the Dragon Road by designer Scott Almes and Kolossal Games.
It's a 2 to 4 player worker placement game with a book that acts as an ever-changing game board as your caravan travels to the Dragon City. We are actually going to do a giveaway of it, so stay tuned to the end of the video for details on how we're doing that. And we've got a copy of the game, so let's take a look.
Each player gets a starting caravan, meeples, money, contracts, and a player shield to start the game.
Turn to page 1 in the book and place it in the middle of the table and you're ready to go.
Players take turns placing their followers on the board, resolving the listed actions. These actions center around collecting resources and then using those resources to purchase more carts for your caravan, completing contracts, or just selling those goods for money.
Carts will give you added storage space for your goods, but they also give you additional toughness, workers, and victory points.
Contracts require certain goods in order to complete, but they will give you an ongoing ability during the game as well as endgame points.
Once all workers have been placed, you collect your workers and bid for first player.
The first player then gets to determine the fate of an encounter and then decides one of 2 locations to move to.
Each location has a unique layout with unique placement restrictions and added bonuses you can potentially collect.
After 6 rounds, you've successfully reached Dragon City, and you add all of your points up to see who won the game.
Points generally come from completed contracts, money, and carts, but if you don't complete a contract, you also lose points equal to the value of the contract.
Yeah, it's kind of got that Ticket to Ride type of feel where, at the last round you're thinking, maybe I can get one more contract and have enough goods to just finish it out right. That happened when we played the other day, last round, and Katie and Ryan were debating, oh no, should we do this? And I said, you know what, I'm going to try it. I have a lot of resources, and boom, I was able to complete it on my next turn. Got something like 30 points. It didn't really matter in the end because Ryan and Katie blew me away. That's something that's interesting with this game is just the point spread can be very large.
Yeah, contracts aren't everything. I completed one less than Dan did, and I still had like 100 more points or something.
80 more points.
Just because I had invested so heavily in the resources that were going to give me the biggest return there at the very last page. And I don't even know what the other final pages because I haven't seen every page in this book yet. There's so many diverging paths, and that is definitely a plus to the game. Adds to its replayability. I felt like having played it a couple times, I didn't see much overlap between the 2 things we played, so we're going to have to keep playing.
Yeah, it really is one of those things where from game to game it's going to be different, and even within the game it's going to be different. I played it a different time and we hit certain paths, and then again with Ryan and Katie, and we did completely different paths. And each one of those areas has unique restrictions on how you can place your people. It has some special space that's going to give you a bonus. So it really breaks up the monotony of just, well, I go here, I do this. It's always different from round to round. And I really like that aspect of the game.
Yeah, and it's kind of thematic every time. Like if you're one of them's a river and you are flowing downstream, so you can't ever go back upstream. Every one of your placements has to be further downstream. And then some of them are like delving deeper into the earth or diving deeper into the ocean or building up a pyramid. You can't go further up the pyramid if you don't have the support of 2 other people below you, stuff like that.
Now that also leads me to one thing that I'm just not sold on, I guess, and that is some of those restrictions could be a little annoying. That happened in our last game where I just couldn't get traction going until maybe 3 or 4 rounds into the game, and I was still able to compete, so I will say that is a nice aspect. But just knowing, oh, I want this space, but I can't go there. So then you wait, and inevitably somebody's taken it. It's a plus and minus. I think it's an interesting aspect to the game, but it can be frustrating at times. One section was like a ravine, and you could only pick to build on one side or the other.
Oh, with the bridges?
Yeah, with the bridges.
Yeah, I had a complaint with that one.
But then it was like you were building the bridge. So if I started on this side, the next player could only go next to me. You couldn't pick to go anywhere else.
I felt like you should be able to build off of either end, but the wording didn't seem to indicate it was that way. You had to pick one end and then just proceed from that end over. And I didn't agree with that.
I do like the encounters. They brought a little bit of fun to the middle of the round. And it's just stuff like you find a griffin and you can either try and tame it or try to fight it. And it will give you a reward or punish you. Or maybe it's a treant or different things like that. Or it might just be, hey, are you willing to deliver this letter or not?
Some of them give you a reward, and some of them, like the griffin, you can play it just right to add them to your caravan. And now you can use their fighting prowess or potentially have something to carry more goods for you. And I never got any of those. I was pretty bummed about that.
But you scored 267 points.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing.
Yeah. I had 185 or something like that. I like the overall appearance of the game, the feel of it. It definitely has that, you're going on an adventure, maybe some slight storytelling aspects to the game, but it's all within the confines of a structured box. And the art is light and fun and bright and just fun for families. I know my oldest wants to try it out. So definitely, I think a good game for a family to be able to play.
Yeah, I definitely like the art and just the general feel of the game. I did have a complaint about it with the carts. I'm not sure which side is the front and which is the back, because your caravan that you start with looks like it should be going one direction, but the cards that you play of the other carts kind of felt like they should be going the other direction, but you're supposed to put them in a line. I was just like, come on.
But that is purely aesthetic.
It is.
It didn't impact the gameplay, but I did give her Ryan's.
It impacted my gameplay.
So that was Almanac Dragon Road by Kolossal Games. We are doing a giveaway of this, and Scott Alms has designed a number of games. So comment below what your favorite Scott Alms game is, and we will be picking a name out of that list and sending you your own brand new copy of Almanac Dragon Road.
And be sure to stay tuned to our channel for more board gaming video content like this. I'm Ryan Pills.
And I'm Journeyman Dan, and today we're going to take a
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do it. Hello, and welcome to Tantrum House. Oh, sorry. I'm like totally ignoring you at all. Okay.
Do you want to pause that?
Sure.